Hey everybody, I'm Brian Bauman from Bauman's Farm and Garden, and there is hundreds of thousands of plants coming in right now on the farm. This is, believe it or not, even though it's kind of been a little rainy and cold outside, there is so much going on behind the scenes. So today we're going to kind of peel back that curtain a little bit, show you some of the cool things that are going on, and also show you how you can get a chance to join in on all the fun. Let me introduce you to a plant that is actually brand new for 2027. I saw this plant at a trial garden last summer. It was so beautiful. It was so unique. There are thousands of plants that I look at when I'm evaluating what to do, and this one caught my eye. It was so different. Now, right now, up on baumanfarms.com, you can go to order online, and you can create your own custom hanging basket. And that's exactly what we're gonna do with this brand new petunia. Is we're gonna create my custom hanging basket. And here's the deal. Whenever I'm making a combo, I usually try and stick with one, maybe two colors. And then I tweak the flower type, flower structure, so that I get a nice variation of textures and sizes. And I'm not playing with a whole bunch of different colors. I think it's more calming. It's creates a more, sometimes monochromatic, but a little bit of contrast is good. To me, it just becomes a hot mess if you start doing too many different colors all in one. The problem I have with this plant is that it's purple and green already. So we already have a lot going on in here. So I'm gonna try and pick out some plants, kind of walk you through the process of how I put together a hanging basket so that you can actually do the same thing on our website. It's only going to be up for another week. After the first weekend in March, we have to pull it down because I have to get all of these planted in order to have them ready for Mother's Day. So let's see what we can find. Up on the website, we give you a guide about, you got to pick what size hanging basket. The one we're going to do today is a 12-inch hanging basket. And you pick what size you want, 12, 14, 18 inch, and that's talking about the diameter of the basket. And the way our custom program works is you then can go through a whole list of plants that we have online, pick out the one that you like, and then we'll plant it up for you. I take care of it. I give you a little behind the scenes trips on YouTube, so you'll want to follow along. And then around the first week of May, the basket is big, beautiful, and ready for you to take home. And I want to show you, this is a brand new Ipomia or potato vine. This year from Proven Winners, it's called Shadow Storm. And the contrasting kind of camouflage foliage here is really good. But again, we have that green and black. So we've already got green and purple in the petunia. So I think bringing the green and black is going to be a nice way to kind of keep that theme going. This is really hard. There's so many options and I get it. You can be overwhelmed, which is why like I come back to like trying to pick out just those couple colors, right? So Jessica and me were wandering around here as I'm trying to pick out the perfect things. This is just a beautiful daisy. It is so pretty. In fact, Jessica was like, I love this. It is really pretty. This is called Blue Zephyr. It's another plant from Proven Winners. One of the things that I like about it is it kind of has a yellow-green center to it. So I feel like I'm pulling that kind of green part of a flower back into it. The other thing is the flower structure is completely different. So it's really going to provide contrast and texture with the other flowers that we have going on. So I think this is a good pick. And then last but not least, I'm struggling, I'll be honest. Like I thought about some yellow with this. Some Creeping Jenny would be pretty. But I'm just not sure. It might be too hard of a contrast. So we're going to play it safe. And we're gonna go with some white. Like, I don't think you can go wrong with white, black, green. I think the white will look really well with all these. The other thing that I like about Thunbergia is different flower type. It is going to kind of crawl up your hanging basket a little bit, which I love. In fact, every time that I do a class, I tell people like, your Thunbergia is going to be crawling up your hanging basket. And then a couple weeks later, it's gonna go down your trellis, maybe say hi to your neighbors for a little bit. And by the end of the summer, she's gone all the way around the block. Little tip, always pinch the top of your Thunbergia because If you don't, those little runners just keep on going. But if you pinch them, they stay much more controlled and in place. And whenever we do combos during the summertime, and like I have people come out and evaluate what their favorite combos are, Thumbergia is always a part of the mix. The other name for it is black-eyed Susan vine. It holds up so well throughout the summer, has very few pest problems, and I think it's just a really smart plant to put in a hanging basket, but one is enough, and I'll show you now how we lay it out. Before we get started, I kind of got everything laid out. This is our 12-inch hanging basket, which we've got some soil in. Come on back, I want to show you as everybody's walking through. Things are always busy and moving around the farm. In fact, we have a whole crew back here. These are all custom orders. So we have different sizes. I mentioned the 12-inch. That's these right here. We're talking about the diameter of that. We also have 14-inch, which is that size over there. And then the next size up is 18-inch. These are actually in like a pulp basket, so they don't get too heavy. And they're also kind of tapered, which is nice. Then it goes up to the grandes. These are what we call our 10-gallon city baskets. This is what you see hanging in the cities. And also, this was something new we did last year. We started doing containers that you can customize. And it's so cool. It is so much fun seeing all these plants coming together. All of that is available on baumanfarms.com right now. But it also is a great chance to kind of see all the different selection of plants that are going to be coming. You can start planning your pots. Maybe you don't want a custom order yet, but you can kind of go through and see all the selection of plants that are going to be coming to Bauman Farms for the springtime. 12-inch hanging basket. Okay, when planning a 12-inch hanging basket, I want about 5 starts to a hanging basket. And when I'm dealing with most of them, this is how most of them come in. They're just little, we call these liners or plugs. It's a great way to get the plant started. We have a nice little root system going on the bottom. I kind of plan out, if I only have 5 plants, I have to kind of think about how each of these are going in. The petunia I really want to be the star of the show. So I think we're going to use 2 of the petunia plants. And the other thing is, when planting hanging baskets, I like to have a really nice balance to them. I want them to feel good all the way around. Me personally, like, this is why you can make your own custom basket. I do not like putting 5 different plants all in one hanging basket. Sometimes to me it feels like just a hot mess. But by putting combos together where I have 2 on each side, and I just make myself a little hole, put my potting soil together. In this potting soil here is just an all-purpose potting soil. I usually like to put a little bit of time release fertilizer in here as well. These plants are going to need lots of fertilizer. The time release is not going to be enough, but it's a good way to kind of get things started in the soil and gives me a little bit more of leeway on putting more stuff in. Okay, so now this is where it's going to get a little difficult. We have our Brachycomb Blue Zephyr. We've got our potato vine. And then we also have our Thumbergia. Now the Thumbergia, let's see if I can grab one with a flower. Aha, look at that. Look at that little flower coming all the way in the top. So I think I'm going to put the Thumbergia in the center. I want that to kind of crawl up a little bit. It will spill off the sides as well, which means if I have 5 plants, I've got one else. Got the Blue Zephyr on one side and the Shadow Storm on the other. So in total, I have 4 different plants here. And now it's really about watering, fertilize, and heat for the next several months. I don't want to put this outside until the end of April, 1st of May. We'll pop a hanger on it. We'll watch the combo. And then come 1st of May, we're going to have a beautiful hanging basket. Okay. There is a lot of plants coming into the farm right now. And I am also already starting to get plants for 2027. I know it's like we haven't even started really 2026 yet, but already the starts are coming in so that I can start evaluating them. And I can really start to pick up on trends pretty quickly on where the breeders are going, what are some of the new plants that are coming out, colors, that, so forth. And I've already picked up on one. So there is a plant from Proven Winners this year that is called Safari Dusk. Its name is Jamesbrittenia. It's probably a plant that many of you have not heard of before, but I'm telling you, every single trial pack that I have coming this year all have varieties of Jamesbrittenia. It is coming out all over the place, so I really think it's something new that you need to start learning about because the color range is spectacular. It has a very unique flower structure to it. Works great in hanging baskets, planters, or in the ground. So very versatile use. And I'm kind of excited to play with it. And I'll show you why. So this is what Safari Dusk looks like right now as it's coming in. Proven Winners has made this one of their annuals of the year. I'll have Jessica throw you up a picture of it. It's beautiful. It's kind of purple with a yellow and orange throat to it. It's kind of covered in small flowers, gives you kind of that English cottage vibe to it. Really beautiful flowers. Proven Winners has a brand new one out this year that is bright red. One of the things that I will say in the pictures that you're seeing online, I'm going to throw you up this picture of this combo. It will not do this in reality. A lot of these pictures that come out from the breeders and the plant companies, they really pick and choose how that flower looks in the hanging basket, and it's not going to look like that in reality. It's definitely going to have, it'll play nicely with other things, but you're gonna have kind of swaths of that color coming through, not just one flower, another flower, another flower, another flower. It just doesn't look like that. But check it out. This is a brand new one. This is Jammin' Pink Passion. And I don't even know which company this is coming from, but this is a brand new one. Look at that flower just starting to bloom. Beautiful flowers. They had always told me that these plants were for, they really love the heat, they perform well all summer, and I was worried that they wouldn't stand the early spring temperatures that we have in the Northwest. But I'm gonna take you over to a greenhouse that I've already been growing these for over a month, and you'll see the difference. Remember, I told you, they told me that this plant really likes the heat, may not do well in the Pacific Northwest in the spring, but check it out. This is one of our window box combos for 2026. This is that Jamesbrittenia. Look how great it's doing already in the combos. This is gonna be really pretty. It's got, this particular one is Safari Dusk. It has kind of that orange throat, so I paired it with Kufia Vermillionaire, which is one of our top selling annuals just because it blooms so well all summer, gets all the hummingbirds. We're adding a little bit of yellow with Saffron Finch, and we have a potato vine in here and a Calibricola called Caroline. All of these are from Proven Winners. We use these as our display boxes throughout the summer. So you'll see them up on top of the greenhouses, on top of the barn, all over. And I am super excited to see what Jamesbrittenia is going to do. I think it's something you need to add to your list for this spring because you are going to see tons of these coming out, wider range of colors. And I think they're going to do better than they thought they would in the Northwest. I wanted to kind of give you some more sneak peeks behind the scenes here. Geranium baskets are coming along, and this geranium came out last year. This is Glory Days Pink Bicolor. So beautiful. There's a pink one, there's a red one. But if you look out at our geranium tables, you see there's not a lot of flowers. And that's because one of the things we're doing this time of the year is going through and removing all the flowers. I don't want the plant to spend a lot of energy and time producing flowers. We want more foliage, better root system, so that come springtime, you're gonna have lots of flowers with a really great big hanging basket. So it's a little more time, it's a little more work. We literally, once a week, are going through here removing all the flowers. So it was nice to finally catch one before they removed it because I really am excited. And I'm doing some combo baskets with this as well this year. Some of our first hanging basket combos are already starting to come together. And this is a great chance because I wanted to show you, this is Supertunia Vista Jazzberry, one of our top selling petunias, best growing, floriferous, blooms all summer, all the things that we love. And one of the things that they talk to us about Supertunia Vista series is that they do what they call scaffolding. So what happens is the plant kind of sends out a runner, and then another one goes over the top of it, and then another one goes over the top of it, and you kind of keep going. You end up with this just mound of flowers throughout the whole hanging basket. All the vistas will do that. It's one of the reasons why they classify them within certain areas within the Supertunias. It also gives you a sense to understand that all Supertunia vistas are going to grow this way, which is a good idea pairing them together. Because if you pair a vista with a petunia that's just going to go straight across and down, you end up with this mound over here and this straight across coming down. They don't really grow together and form that nice big ball. So a brand new one this year is Supertunia Cool Jazz. So if I pull this off here, you can see it's very close to Jazzberry, but different. One of the things that I love about Cool Jazz is it has like this little fluorescent blue throat to it. Beautiful. It's Jessica was kind of looking at this earlier. We were talking about how Cool Jazz just definitely looks like the iridescent version. You could describe it as paler, but maybe not as vibrant or hot of a color. Definitely on the cooler spectrum, but I'm really excited with it. And here's some of the ones that we paired with it already. This is one that we've talked about in the past. This is Cool Jazz with Saffron Finch. That yellow is playing really nice with the cool tones of it. You can't quite see it yet. It's coming in this combo is the brand new Calibrachoa Double Grapefruit. And I can tell you, Double Grapefruit, Proven Winners usually does a really good job of having a lot of availability of plants. So rarely do they run out. They have run out of starts of Double Grapefruit. We already have ours ordered, but if the demand is high, as I think I went back to order some more, I can't get any more. So if Double Grapefruit is on your list, I'll have Jessica throw up a picture of it because it is beautiful. And I also need you to understand that Double Grapefruit, they call it their Magic series. And why they call it Magic is because the color changes, especially in the Northwest. We have very cool nights, low light levels in the early spring. You're going to see definitely a lot more pink. It's going to look really dark pink. As our light levels increase, our night temperatures increase, you will see that plant turn almost completely yellow. There will be no pink to it. In the middle, you get this beautiful mix of pink and yellow all in one plant. But when you're making those combos, you got to think about that. And if that is on your list for the spring, do not wait. You'll want to grab those early because they will run out. And I know a lot of people are not going to be able to get them this year because it's been so popular. I've already got to space these plants. We have baskets to hang, more fuchsia flowers to take care of, geranium flowers we got to take off. There's so many things to do. You're going to want to keep up, follow along because spring is just getting started and we're going to keep these behind the scenes peaks coming throughout the season.